Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. All right. Shalom and salutations to the hopeful elect Akim out there. All right. Going throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. Scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. Preaching this gospel in sincerity and truth and risking their lives and freedom to do so. Once again, shalom and salutations to them. Double honor, and once again, double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that taught us the truth. Also, shalom to the very, very, very few sisters that do listen to us as well. Under Brother Yarmaya coming back with a short lesson. And you know, this is it's just a faith booster, man. And you know, I'm elaborate on this situation, and I'm gonna bring out a couple of scriptures, and this is just for the body, man, because you know, a lot of very spiritual things and very spiritual encounters been happening. The Lord has been increasing the faith lately. All right, so this in the story not gonna do it no justice. So the story is gonna be short, but it's a point to the story, man. And I was at an event, you know, and I ran into a guy. Like I knew what type of people was gonna be at the event because I knew what was going on in the area of what was going on. But the particular guy, you know, that I end up talking to, and I just talked to him, man, and you know, chopped it up a little bit, like very small. I found favor with him, you know, and I just showed him where to go. You know, I showed him where the elevator was in the building that we all was in. This shit was wild. It was like a dream. It was a fighter. He was a fighter's bodyguard. He was the MMA champion's bodyguard. And he doesn't even look like a diesel nigga, but he's a fighter as well. But that's he wasn't fighting that night, you know. So he came back down after it was over, and you know this guy whole family was there. He had a party. He had his whole family there, you know. But this was his right hand man. Everybody you know, cleared out, and I was still there, and they was outside the building, and you know, I'm chopping it up, like, you know, I just, you know, told him, man, it was cool, and another guy I had met, and all these guys was with this guy, they was in his camp, and this dude's a world champion, man, and I'm not gonna say his name, you know, but the dude looked at me, and the champ was talking to his press people, but he looked at me and he said, I want to talk to you, bro. Like, it's something about you. I just want to talk to you. And he wanted me to meet the champ. He wanted me to meet the guy. He wanted the guy to meet me, you know. So he calls me over there, and now this is the bodyguard cat. He said, man, I really live by Alpha and Omega, man. And I was like, what? And now I'm just listening. You know, I got two ears, two eyes, and one mouth. He said, there's something about you, man. I could tell you're a warrior, man. I'm a fighter. You know, you built like, it's something about your spirit, man. And I really go by Alpha and Omega, man. And how it came in and you started, he said, you was the only person when you saw me and I saw you and you talked to me. He said, that's a solid brother, man. You know, and I'm just like, damn, man. You know, the brother read my spirit. And I was like, it's all good, you know. And I chopped it up with him, but now everybody's just clearing. It's just him. He's the guy's personal bodyguard. So he introduced me to him. He said I want you to meet this guy. So now, out of 60 people, I would say, it gets down to just me, him, the champ, and some girls. So he actually leaves because the champ said like that he was fine. So now it's just us four. So now we go in this building, and the champ, you know, he just starts talking to me. I showed him something. I said, hey, come here, I want to show you something. I took him to a room, you know, like, pause, you know. And it's just me and him. And he just was talking about fighting and shit. And he had said, I'm finna get to the butt of the story and where it started getting deep. And I said, yeah, man, the spirit just told me to say it to him. And I said, man, look, man, you know, you a killer, man. You know, I follow you. You know, I actually know his coach. his head coach. All right, and that was the spirit, and he was. And I said, man, you know, I quoted the scripture, Judges 6:12. I said, man, my favorite scripture, you know, that I live by, and he knew I do jujitsu. I showed him. I said, you know, my favorite scripture is Judges 6:12. The Lord be with thee, almighty man of the angel of the Lord be with thee, almighty man of valor. And he just paused. Like it's me, him, it's the two girls in the fucking room just paused. Like we in the middle, it just paused. And he looked at me, and the way he just looked at me, he looked down a little bit, and he smiled, and he said Psalms 144:1. He said Psalms 144:1. You know, and I'm gonna read this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read it, and then the story just get heavy, man. You would think the nigga was in the camp, and I ain't even gonna call him a nigga, man. But I'm gonna call him a nigga because he my nigga, man. But you would think the nigga was in the camp, man. The way it all happened, man. You would think as if he was in the camp and he was trying to fish me, so to speak. But it was beautiful, and I didn't tell him nothing about the truth. I just let the Lord do what the Lord does. It's a mighty, man. All right. But I'm going to read it because I had this keyed up on my phone. It's like my moniker. I always have this scripture keyed up when you open my phone. All right. And I showed him that. This is Psalms 144:1. And this is a pro fighter. Like I told you, he's a world champion, man. An MMA fighter. He said, bless, this is Psalms 144:1. It said, a Psalm of David. Blessed be Yahweh, my strength, which teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight. And I said it. Well, he told it to me. And he said, listen, brother. And he said it just like this, like he was teaching. But I'm listening. He said, listen, brother. You know, he said, I understand what type of man you are. And I never met him. He said, I understand what type of man you are. And he said, just keep fighting. He said, just keep fighting, mother. He said, I know this. I said, man, you know that's humbling. He said, this is humbling. He said, what you told me is humbling. You know? He said, my fucking nose broke. It's obvious, I'm looking at it. He said, my fucking leg fucked up. He said, but it don't matter. He said, the Lord chose us to do what we do. He said, I understand the man that's on a path. He said, you're on a path. He said, yeah, my shit fucked up, man. But I'm not going to stop because the Lord chose me to do this. He said, just because I know that scripture right there, this is what he said. I know that the Lord chose me to do this. He said, what you doing, I know you that some type of man. He said, look, the Lord chose. I said, man, I ain't doing nothing. You know, I'm just fucking with him. I said, I ain't doing nothing. You a world champ. He said, no, you a warrior, man. He said, because we know this, you got to keep doing this. The fucking room is still, man. Now, it's just us and the two girls, and there's other people around, but we just sitting, we on the couch. We somewhere totally different. But it's like the room is still, and the champ, he said it, he said, look, man, endure. He said, yeah, my shit fucked up, but I'm going to keep fighting. I can't stop doing this because the Lord told me to do it. He said, the Lord told you to do it. I didn't say nothing to the man, nothing about like the truth. And he said, just keep fighting. Keep enduring. He said, keep enduring. And then he said, hey, you see this girl with me? He got an ancient spirit. He said, you want which one? You want this one? He said, get that one. He knew me from, he said, get the white one. I said, yeah, brother, you know, I got the bitch information, you know. But I didn't want to, get too hot in this because now I'm in the spirit. I'm fired up, man. I'm just in the spirit. Like this encounter, the way he did it, he said, man, the Lord chose us to do certain things. He said the Lord chose certain men to do certain things. And I think about the scripture in Timothy where he said, these things commit thou to faithful men. But I'm going to read this, because I don't want to ramble, but it's just a faith booster to the flock, man. This is a one in a million shit that just happens like this, man. He sent everybody home, man, that was with him. And he really stayed back to just chop it up, man. This going on for like 30 minutes, minimum. All right? And we departed our ways. We exchanged information and departed our ways. But this is 1 Corinthians 9. And I'm going to start at 21. Because you never know these people you run into, man, especially out here in the elements. And that's why you got to be circumspect. You got to be wise. You got to be versatile. This is the life of a prophet, man. This is 1 Corinthians 1 and 21. No, 1 and 21. No, 1 and 20. It said, unto the Jews, I became as a Jew that I might gain the Jews. To them which are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law. To them that are without the law, as without the law, being not without the law to Yahweh, but under the law to Mashiach, that I might gain them that are without the law. And that was it said, to the weak became I as weak, that I might gain the weak. I am made all things to all men, that I might by all means save some. And it was the Spirit. And that's one thing I forgot when he brought out the Psalms, Salakia. When he brought out the Psalms, I said, man, that's the mighty Spirit. He said that's what he did. He said, I want to show you something, brother. He opened his phone, and I'm not saying this dude or him or none of us is King David. That's not what I'm saying. But it was the Spirit. He opened up his phone, and he said, look, man, I live like this, man. And it was a dude named David in his phone, but he had all caps before his name. He had King David in all caps. He said, man, you just got to believe, man, and endure. The Lord chose us to do this, man. That's a pro fighter. He ain't on the line every week. And I really hope the Lord have mercy on him, man, when this shit go down. Because I believe that I'm a man of the Lord. Hopefully I endure to the end. But the scripture's going to, he who gives the disciple a cup of cold water in my name. That's what he really, that would look, me telling you the story ain't doing the story no justice. Him and his man who introduced me to him and his bodyguard. All right? I hope the Lord have mercy on them brothers, man. It said, and this I do for the gospel's sake, that I might be a partaker thereof with you. Know ye not that they which run a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we are incorruptible. The man got the belt on his waist, man. He know how that shit feel. He didn't know that he was talking to a man that's striving for an incorruptible crown, man. He don't know what the fuck I'm going through, man. What you brothers going through. But the Lord had him tell me that to tell y'all this, man. Keep fighting this fucking place through. And it ain't a goddamn thing these crackers can do about it. The Lord coming back to kill these motherfuckers. Straight up. And it ain't a goddamn thing they can do about it. Keep fighting. Verse 25. It said, and every man that striveth for the mastery and is temperate in all things, now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown. But we are incorruptible. I therefore run, not as uncertainty, so I fight not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. And this is why you can't fall, man. Man, hey, look, that's the Spirit. 14 minutes and 47 seconds. 144.7. Let's fucking go. Look, man. The Lord about to come back and fry this fucking place and these niggas in it, man. And I can't wait. And all you Akim got to do is what the champ told me. He said, keep fighting and just remember to endure. And if you watch my lessons, you know I say that damn now after every lesson. Like some Jake like to say a Bible ball, and that shit fly, you know. And it's true, cause that's what we want to happen. But I always say and endure, and that's one of the last before he got to tell you, he offered me the woman, and that shit was mighty, cause niggas be hating, man. He said I want you to take her. That nigga was in the ancient spirit, man, straight from the battle. He said I want you to take her, man. Nigga was in the Greek. That nigga was in Greece, put niggas to death. But it was serious, man. And I'm going to leave it with this, man, because this is the scripture I quoted to the champ that kindled this whole conversation. And I tell Jake all the time, it's my favorite scripture in the Bible. This is Judges outside of what Yahweh Shai said in Matthew the 28th chapter in the last couple verses. This is Judges 6 and 12. And the angel of Yahweh appeared unto him and said unto him, Yahweh is with thee, thou mighty man of valor. Look, endure. Call aloud, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakakarash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth, and to the hopeful elect. Shalom.